Today we got Luigi Fox. This is a matchup that actually happened probably about a year ago. I think DJ Nintendo won this pretty convincingly. He does stuck to platforms a lot, played really safe, does the stuff he's generally known for, and Vis couldn't really find a way in. So let's see if Vis does any new tricks up his sleeve.
It can be pretty tough for Luigi to approach Fox because he's so fast.
Yeah. Also, Luigi's movement is just kind of telegraphed. He doesn't have this nice, beautiful dash dance. He has to rely on a wave dash for movement. Yeah, that comes equipped with 10 frames of landing lag, so...
And the jump squat, so it's about a fourth of a second commitment just to move.
Yeah. So far, we're just seeing DJ run away a lot and shield a lot. This hasn't really been grabbing him a lot for that.
The biggest difference for Luigi in PM compared to Melee is the down B. He can actually combo with his tornado.
Interesting decision to jab. I feel like it would have been better just to forward tilt again, like he did right there. Slightly mistimed the back air. There was no need for that to fail. That should be death. Yeah. Bad side B. Okay, so Vis is now just trying to read DJ Nintendo's platform movement, but he hasn't succeeded so far. It makes me think DJ Nintendo might stick to the ground a little more, if only briefly, or maybe not. Then again, he did just go to the platform again, and this time
he DI's in on the down throw. That gets you comboed.
Yeah, I think a lot of people DI in just immediately expecting a back throw or something, so yeah.
It's mostly habitually because of the stage position, you wanted to DI in.
Yeah, I guess Luigi is kind of the opposite, though, because if he does back throw, the move that would put you in the position in which you want to DI that way, you have plenty of time to react. Okay, this could be a lot. I think neutral air actually probably would have been better than down air there, just because of the percentage DJ was at. Probably would have been better to just try to rack on more with a combo instead of just shove him off stage.
Well, the good news is that DJ can't really crouch cancel his approaches anymore.
Yeah.
Other than like low.
Yeah. Overall, it still worked out well for him. Brought it back to a relatively even game. He could have got punished a lot worse for that air dodge. If DJ shined him before he landed, that would have been the end of the stock, probably.
Yep, see, crouch cancels the down smash. It's pretty important for this to use low end lag range moves to deal percent or grab while DJ's lower, and then he can use his down smash as a launcher. Because even if he CCs it, then he's tumbled. It's on the ground, he can tech chase.
Okay. So on one hand, I like the decision to down tilt there, but on the other, this was at a too high percentage for it to really lead to much.
Well, putting Luigi above you is usually a pretty good idea regardless.
Yeah.
Other than his nair, he doesn't really have many options to come down.
Yeah. It's still scary to be directly below him, but if you're just a little off to the side, you can just back air him as he's descending. Yeah. And it's really hard for him to deal with that.
Back air is very good at that. DJ is putting in a few quick aerials to get percent here.
Yeah, but it seems like Vist is, all things considered, handling it pretty well. He's getting a lot of good hits of his own. He could be punishing a little harder still. For example, a while ago he just knocked him up with, I think, a down smash, and he could have done an up tilt, but he tried to check chase and miss.
This is doing a really good job of keeping it simple. DJ Nintendo and Vist are both pretty well known for keeping things simple. More so DJ.
Yeah, Vis does, like, that shield drop is not simple. It's just pretty unnecessary. But overall, Vis is pretty reasonable. He just does lots of random shield drops. That could have been it. Oh,
he gets the
spaces
slap
around
chop.
the up smash. Probably going to go down again, yeah. A lot of time when people are scared, or nervous, they'll go down and like that. Not that DJ was necessarily nervous. It did work still.
Vis takes game one.
All right.
This using the Mr. L costume for Luigi.
All things considered, DJ Nintendo's going in more than what I would have expected him to. Like, a lot of the time he'll go on a platform, then just immediately jump down in with the neutral air. And this could be handling that better, but all things considered, he's doing a pretty decent job at it. If I expect any adjustments, I'd probably expect DJ to just sit on the platforms longer. Like, he didn't even really use the top platform that much. It was mostly just sit on the side platform second, then just descend with an aerial or
He'll
something
probably
like
be going to Pokemon Stadium 2 for the low blast zone, and he has more room to dash dance around.
Yeah. That's one option. You could also do the Dreamland approach and just stick on platforms a long time because Luigi is not that great at dealing with that.
Yeah, he doesn't really have good vertical pokes in the air.
Yeah, and also if you catch him trying to chase you up and you just drop to the floor, then he's suddenly in a bad position.
Yeah.
Stadium 1. Okay, understandable counter pick. Foxes like the stage a lot. They like being able to run around.
It's got quite a history in Melee for being good for space animals.
Yeah, but a lot of the reasons it's good for Fox still make it good for Luigi too. Just Luigi also likes to have a lot of horizontal space to move around with. His movement's not as flexible as Fox, but all things considered, it's still not bad for him at all. Okay, again, DJ's using the platforms the way he did on Battlefield. He goes on it, then just drops in with a neutral air.
Pretty safe, hard to punish.
Yeah, especially with Luigi.
And if Luigi tries to challenge him while he's on the platform, then he's below him again.
Yeah. Okay, Luigi needs to be in a pretty specific position to punish the neutral air. That, or he needs to have like an amazingly timed up smash, which is not something you want to have to rely on. All right.
Great reaction on that get up attack. He goes to the ledge again.
Yeah, and
but he gets him with a down air.
Yeah, if it starts catching on to that, he could at some point just mix in, turn around, wave dash off, grab the edge. Generally speaking, it's still kind of scary to do that because if you guess wrong, then Fox suddenly has a positional advantage. But if people aren't mixing it up, there's no harm in neglecting that option if it's not a reality.
Oh god, the jab reset, but he gets the roll anyway.
I think he actually shouldn't have gone so high with that down B. Once he saw it hit, he probably should have just stayed kind of low, I think. Because as it is, it just put him too high up, and then DG said, hey, I can up smash you, as you decided.
Yeah. He committed too long of being in the air.
Good forward tilt. And when you don't expect the side B at that height, it is kind of awkward to punish. Like, Luigi can just forward air or down air to stop it. Forward air being easier, but if you're caught off guard by it, then you're probably not going to punish it.
Yeah. Fox has so many options when he's recovering.
I don't like that second one.
Yeah, I think it was way too far. Easily reacted. No smash closes out the second stock. Here we go. Vis wants to close the stock out pretty quickly before he takes too much damage.
Is DJ going to side B again? I feel like, okay, he did. Go to the edge.
Yep.
Yeah.
DJ's pretty good at fighting back to the center.
Yeah.
He's pretty patient.
Didn't even really attack or anything.
He just waited for Vis to
shielded a
commit
lot.
and then ran through him. Of course, getting to the center of the stage is very important because when you're at the ledge, you can't really make use of Fox's amazing dash dance as well.
Yeah, and as noted, Fox is a character who's just very good at getting back into that position.
I'm pretty surprised to see DJ try to up throw up air Luigi. He uses
Yeah,
Mario
he
and
should
Melee
know.
quite a bit, so he should know that for sure. I think he just got a little trigger happy.
Yeah, there are a lot of cute things you can do instead. Like if you can up throw, maybe do a short hop or something to make them think you're going to come up, and then they'll just do the neutral air, then you can just up tilt him. Okay, this should be it. And
Usually DJ's pretty good about that. Even though things aren't guaranteed, the positional advantage can be so high that it's almost guaranteed. Ooh, edge cancels on that lowering platform. Looks like dash attack is still not very good in this game.
Yeah, it's kind of a classic awful move. That was a bad decision in down smash. You probably should have just grabbed the edge.
Well, I don't think DJ has very much experience against Luigi in this game.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't know side B against the ledge.
Well, he's played Visk before. It was a long time ago, but Luigi still had it then. I feel like it's still something he ought to have seen at one time or another. Edge.
That's the first time you've seen it in the set, though.
Yeah,
And
that's
this
fair.
closes it out.
Solid play by Vist. Yeah, Vist just found openings a lot. Like, DJ did try to play relatively safely a lot, even though I think he still went in probably a little more often than he really ought to have. But yeah, Vist got lots of good forward tilts, and that led to tech chases, which led to more stuff. Lots of things along those lines. Okay, so we've got...
Looks like we've got Scythe versus Internet Explorer coming up next.
All right.
Scythe is a wolf from Chicago. He's definitely top 5 wolf.
He has a long history of doing well with the character.
He's been pretty dedicated to wolf. He's mained it since 2.0. For about almost 2 years now.
Yeah, I remember playing him at the big house too. It was before I knew who he was, and he was like, oh, this guy's actually giving me kind of a hard time. He's pretty solid. Yeah, Internet Explorer, long-time Link main. He's probably better known for things he's done outside of gaming. For example, he runs Franker Faces. So,
Franker Face Z.
Yeah, he's known for that. He speedruns Yoshi's Story, but I think his first competitive gaming endeavor was as a Link main in Melee. And he is on the Project M development team. He plays Link in this game as well. Also has some pretty good wins under his belt. Like, I know he's beaten Tech Zero before. All things considered, he's a pretty tricky player.
He makes good use of Link's new tools, though.
So yeah, I'm not sure what Links the Chicago area has. I would assume Scythe
there are
at least
quite a
now.
few, actually. There's
Alright.
Lazaron, there's Harry the Chin recently.
Okay, so Scythe shouldn't be caught off guard by too much here then. So far, doing fine. Nothing too one-sided either way has happened yet.
Oh. Now, when you see Scythe grab, he's usually going to go for the back throw because he gets pretty good combos out of it. Let's see, Link probably go through for up throws against
he's a fast faller. Fast fallers pretty traditionally are bad against up throws.
Well, Link's down throw is amazing, but they fall too quickly.
Yeah.
Up throw, up smash. Oh, he waits for the down
That was
smash.
different.
That was
I think I still would have liked up smash more, just because it would have given you more of a traditional
well, it depends
combo as opposed
on
to-
whether or not Scythe would have SDI'd out of it.
Yeah. It's still it's not that hard to do, all things considered. There are other things you could do too. For example, you could try to run in and maybe up air. I'm not positive. That would work off the top of my head.
Looks like IE's got a pretty solid lead right here.
Yeah.
Ooh, and he's just racking up those up smashes.
Yeah. And Scythe needs to find a way of making his hits matter. He's getting plenty of hits. They just lead to Link taking more damage
He'll
and
usually
nothing
damage
else.
him about 13-ish, 15-ish. He's not really converting off of his hits.
So yeah, for example, a while ago, Internet Explorer did an up B, and Scythe could have done anything he wanted to punish. He did down air to back air. I feel like maybe he could have gone for some side B setup there instead. Like, Wolf side B will kill
Link,
fast. It's a gamble, but...
IE had really good DI on the downer. He DI'd in.
Okay.
So you couldn't get the side B unless you read it ahead of time and dashed the opposite direction.
He could have tried like an up air or a forward air, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, because the back air, well, did put IE off stage, but so far that really hasn't been that bad a position for him, at least based on how the situation has
Link's
been going.
recovery is pretty dynamic. What do you think for stages here?
Let's see. Wolf against Link.
Scythe traditionally likes to pick Battlefield quite a bit. He's pretty comfortable on the stage.
That'd probably be fine. I feel like he could work well with platforms. Link is also a character who, he's not great at chasing platforms. He still has reasonable options for dealing with them. His up air is pretty scary. He can just pull a bomb, work with that a little bit. But still, if Wolf is on a platform, it's not a position of immediate danger to him. He can still drop off, do stuff from there, or just sit on the platform if he wants to be comfortable. Okay.
This is, of course, winner's finals. The winner gets first seed in the pool, and the loser has to go into loser's finals. And if he wins, then he's second seed, which means he's in loser's bracket tomorrow.
Okay, Smash Bell.
Not sure what he's going for here. Maybe the platforms weren't very good for him last time. Maybe he wants a longer platform.
Yeah, and the platform on the stage will just help Wolf's recovery out now and then. Like Link's, at least based on the way things have been going so far, Link's probably going to be recovering a lot anyways, whereas Wolf, having a platform around does suddenly grant him a bunch of other recovery mix-ups. I don't think that was too much of a factor in the last game, though.
Ooh,
good reflective bomb.
Little known fact, Reflector reflects projectiles. Usually used as an attack, because it's amazing in that endeavor.
Indeed.
Up B out of shield.
Yeah.
Pretty odd option from
yeah.
side.
Especially the angle it up, because angle up B just sends them straight up. That's not going to really accomplish anything. Like, you can sometimes do really goofy things, like up B somebody sideways to send them on the side.
The backswing of the up smash.
Alright, so far it's working out for him pretty well. The platform does seem to be playing into his favor quite a bit. He's been finding approach options off of it.
I think that attempt to get to the center was a little too obvious.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to wait by the edge.
Yeah.
Wait for the opponent to throw something out.
It's pretty unintuitive, but if you just go, most good players can read it. Now that's the third time I has used the aerial up B to edge guard. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Up B's out of shield to dash attack, and now IE's ahead.
Just a few little mistakes, and it'll add it up.
He can actually chain grab for a little bit if he DIs away.
Yeah. If they DI up, though, I'd probably up tilt if they DI not away.
Perhaps a lower U-air.
That too.
Scythe needs to close out the stock pretty. He already can't crouch cancel very well on his next stock.
Needs to respect that neutral air more. It's like, I feel like that's rule number one against Link, understand his neutral air. If you don't, you're just going to get neutral aired a lot. That is pretty much just what happened that stock. Like, he got Link off stage, but then Internet Store just led jump neutral air to another neutral air and then got a neutral air off stage. Internet Store doesn't even like neutral air that much, but it's working on Scythe a lot, so it's totally reasonable for him to be abusing it as much as he is. Okay. I like the effort to tech chase, but it led to very little. Like, if you want to tech chase, I feel like you should have some ultimate goal in mind, not just keep the opponent in a staggered position. Because eventually they're just going to get out. If you're not racking up a lot of damage or putting them in a bad position, you're not really accomplishing as much.
I tried to punish that up smash too quickly.
Yeah.
Will Scythe be able to bring it back?
Wolf is very capable of that. Not anymore, though.
Okay, so takes the set.
Yeah, pretty convincingly.
He's going to start tomorrow in winner's bracket.
Looks like we got Rat coming up. Another Wolf.
Rat versus who?
I am not sure.
If you're just tuning in, this is Apex 2014. Brought to you by PlayAsia.com.
After this one, it's going to be me and Luigi.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So apparently after this we have Hyuga, aka Sheridan, aka Dr. Z, versus Voodoo Jin. But right now,
Voodoo Jin has been using Wario.
That's interesting.
He played Dagpo earlier.
Yeah. Generally speaking, I like the decision to go with a different character in this game. I mean, one, it's a different game. Might as well have fun with something different. Two, switching between different versions of the same overall fairly similar character can be a source of confusion.
It can be pretty confusing.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to use Ice Climbers in this game, even though I did test some stuff with them, I wouldn't want to actually compete with them just because they do function differently than melee Ice Climbers. And then I wouldn't want melee habits seeking into this game. For example, some of these things don't work quite the way I'd like them to.
Is that Rat versus Wolf? Huh.
Wolf.
That's kind of ironic.
Yeah.
A guy named Wolf playing a Wolf player.
Yeah, so
using Link.
We know how the name matchup goes here, but as for the role, this much about them. So yeah, there's also a Wolf in SoCal. Who
pretty old school. He used to be on the PR, right?
Yeah, 2007.
For melee, yeah.
Yeah, and he just recently started showing up to things again.
Looks like they're starting striking. I don't know who's striking what, so let's see. Link versus Wolf. We just saw this matchup earlier, and Scythe and Internet Explorer struck the Pokemon Stadium too.
Oh, it's the same matchup. Didn't even notice.
It is. Probably PS2 or Battlefield. Yep. Battlefield and Smashville are usually the most commonly played Game 1 stages. Battlefield because of Melee Legacy and Smashville because of Brawl.
Yeah.
They're fairly neutral stages.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I would say this was Link's decision to go here instead of Stadium 2. Just because fighting fast fallers on Stadium 2 with good horizontal movement can
Wolf
be
is
kind of a
definitely a very fast character.
Okay, so this is going to be somewhat confusing to commentate because Rad is using Wolf and Wolf is using Link, so I'll probably need to be fairly specific sometimes. Okay, that up smash was a big gamble. Probably could have gone and punched harder than he did for it, but still, Rat ended up taking the stock for it.
Yeah, he used that strong hit of the forward air. Forward air actually has a sour spot. It isn't very strong at all, but
yeah.
Of course, Wolfmane's pretty sufficient at getting the sweet spot when they want to. Sour spot can be used for comboing.
Now Wolf as in, I'm just gonna say Link. Link is throwing out some things that strike me as questionable. Like he does lots of pretty high-risk moves with questionable reward at times, like up smash and neutral, throwing out a dare really high. These are things that do have good payoffs if you land with them, but it's very, very likely that they're not going to work. And if they don't, then Rat gets his free punish.
And of course, Wolf very good at punishing.
I'm just going to say Rat and Link. That's a non-ambiguous way of doing this.
That sounds confusing, but alright.
Well, whenever I say Wolf, it's character or the player who's not using the character Wolf. Okay, so second time Link goes for the charge down smash. Even if you do get a charge down smash, it's not a great reward. Like
I'd probably want a jab reset.
Yeah, jab reset, tech chase of some sort, something that'll pop Rat in the air. Yeah, I mean, even if you do get the charge smash read, that doesn't really mean that much to a Wolf at 70, or a Rat at 70. I'm not going to be able to remember this. Okay, anyways, Rat takes the lead. Let's see, Rat's just sticking to platforms. Maybe Rat realizes, hey, this guy likes to throw out lots of ballsy, high-risk stuff, so if I just stick to platforms a lot, eventually I can just wait for him to throw out something like that.
Yeah, Link isn't really converting off of his first hits very well, because like earlier he got a Tipper's Air, of course the claw shot, which sends up, but he didn't do anything afterward. Here we go.
Okay, should have down aired there, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's very
confident in that, maybe?
Wary of Wolf's falling speed. Wolf is the most difficult character in the game to KO off the top.
And he still probably could have done it there, just not with up air.
Yeah, probably with down air.
Like, up air is the combo move. It's, like, around these percentages, this is when up air is great, because it'll lead to more up airs, and eventually more other stuff. At high percentages, just kind of puts Wolf above you.
Yo, he ate both hits to the downside and the boomerang. Tons of damage.
Yeah.
Of course, set attack, closing out the stock.
Suddenly it's Link's favor.
Ooh.
Good DI on the bomb hit.
Rat likes to use that setup quite a bit, the laser to F smash, because if people shield it, then he goes off the stage because of the shield pushback. And if they don't shield it, then they get hit by F smash.
I understand the forward smash. There are a lot of people. This is what cross smash games with different characters. We'll just like to forward smash in that position.
Ooh.
But it's kind of punishable. I don't think Rat really needs to be looking for that sort of thing right now.
I guess probably too committal for his friend being behind.
Yeah.
Like that, for example. Attack back air.
Yeah, like that's the sort of KO setup that I like. Because his dash attack, at least compared to forward smash, is safe. Okay, I like the punish.
Ooh.
I think he should have just waited below Link instead of just chasing after him like that.
Yeah, I think he committed to the punish too quickly.
Yeah,
He could have just waited and reacted.
a lot of the time when somebody's landing on a platform, oh, we've got to pause.
It's
So-
from Link. I think they're gonna play it off. Oh,
Okay.
I think Rat's gonna take the win.
Okay. I like it when people do that. If you pause, you deserve that.
Uh-huh.
Somebody turn off pause. Okay, looks like they're doing that now, actually. Okay, good.
They don't know where it is. It's in versus.
Good stuff.
It's in
Rad.
under more rules.
So, to shame Rad for a moment, he's on the project and development team. He probably know how to navigate the menus. But okay, they found it eventually. Alright.
Rat is also from Chicago, just like Scythe. Chicago being a very strong project team general area.
Okay, so
Looks like we're going to FD. It seems like Link didn't like the platforms very much.
yeah. Just historically, this is a stage that fast fallers, for the most part, aren't that enthusiastic about. Like, I'm not sure how much it would benefit Link in particular. So far, seems alright. He's getting the punishes. I don't really like that last up air. I feel like by the time you throw down that up air, he could have instead been looking for maybe a forward air to push Rad off stage. Something along those lines.
Or maybe even try to punish his landing instead.
Yeah, Wolf's a pretty good character at punishing landings. That's one of the things this forward smash is good at. Just weave out of the way of somebody who's landing and just forward smash them as they descend.
Other than Shine itself, the biggest move that Rat's going to be looking for is down air, because it gets him all of his punishes. At lower percents, he gets his Shine combos, and at higher percents, it combos into side B.
Yeah, and even when they DI it to avoid the side B, he gets an aerial. It's a lot like Falcon Stomp.
Yeah. Closes out the
That's
first
that.
stock.
Okay.
He's down quite a bit in damage, though, but a quick combo or two can bring it back.
Don't like the dash attack there. Could have gone for something that accomplishes more. Like,
Yeah, he needs to be more wary of Rat's percentage in
yeah.
his follow-ups.
Like, when you're at a percentage like this, you don't really gain too much from just racking on more damage. Like the dash
Unless
attack,
you're gonna convert off the positional advantage of them being above you, which is difficult on fast fallers. It's not really
Yeah.
all that worth it.
yeah, I don't really just want to do stuff with a little lower knockback, stuff that'll combo into something that'll kill, or just a direct kill move if you think you can get one. Not just dash attack, it just doesn't accomplish anything for you. Like, I do see what you're saying about how it puts people above you, but then if Rat just DIs away, then he can just get to the ground before Link can do anything because
It's not very good against
full
fast
step.
fallers.
Back air, forward
Ooh.
air.
Depending on Link's DI, he can actually combo a side B after the forward air in that situation. But he DI'd pretty high up.
So I did like that Link didn't just immediately go for a shield grab there. It's something he's been punished for a couple of times. It seemed like he was aware that Rat was just going to retreat before he could get that. Okay.
I feel like Rat is using F smash a little too much. I think down smash would have KO'd there.
Rat does not
It's
want
kind of looked like a
to do
Sagat
that.
mirror.
Yeah. Down. That was a free down air. Rat should be dead, but
I got the up throw
Cover that.
forward air. Looking like Donkey Kong out there. Got him.
I like the forward tilt.
Yeah. Unless Rat sweet spots very well, it'll hit. And yeah.
There's the down smash.
Ooh.
Okay. I like the effort to go for the dash attack. If the dash attack hit,
Oh,
it would have led to quite
wow.
a bit, but he should have just down aired that.
Yeah, definitely. Then he could have kept going with the shield pressure. That was a great
That goes
ledge
for the
drop
ballsy
down
edge
there.
guard.
Ooh, oh. Is he gonna? He made it back.
Yeah, it took a lot of damage in the process, though. So even if it wasn't a successful edge guard in the sense that it didn't kill him, it did put up a lot of damage.
It definitely helped
So-
bring this match back. Ouch. Wow.
Yeah. One little juggle though, and Rat's in a really bad position again.
That was a free up B.
Yeah, up B. Even a down air, but up B's easier on reaction. Again, he's doing these dash attacks with these really high percentages.
Well,
So I find that
I
questionable.
don't know. It is a bit of a burst movement attack.
Yeah,
It's not really reactable.
it is better than nothing, but maybe he feels like he can't reasonably hit with anything else. I guess he could get his Zair. I think that would be better.
Here we
Zair
go.
down air.
Oh,
He does the down air way too late though. Could have forwarded there.
kills with the dash attack.
Okay, I guess at 186, dash attack has its current
With
place.
no DI.
Yeah. All right, so Rat's counter pick.
He likes Dreamland. But I'm not sure about that in this matchup because of how long Link would be able to live.
Let's see. I would.
Game 1 was Battlefield.
Let's see.
Maybe one of the stadiums.
Stadium would definitely be fine.
Or Smashville.
That could be good.
Looks like we're going Dreamland.
Maybe.
Ooh, what? Oh, I guess Rat is, Rat put his bands up, so then
Yeah.
Wolf could ban.
Okay.
Each player gets 3 bans. And of course, the top row is not legal in singles at this tournament.
I feel like something odd like WarioWare might actually be an okay pick here. Just something that has platforms. Or, well, I guess a lot of stages have platforms. That's nothing. But WarioWare is
Most
high
of them,
platforms.
other than the one, have platforms. I don't see the platforms really messing with Rat's combos very much, but it'll help him get a better escape mechanism.
Yeah.
Similar to Falco.
Yeah. Generally speaking, I feel like characters that rise quickly and also fall quickly work really well in WarioWare, just because the platforms provide them just a little escape. They can
Of
just
course,
take whenever they feel
Rat
like they
would
need it.
have to be able to take advantage of it for it to be
Yeah.
a viable counterpick.
Yeah. It's not something that a lot of people will think about just because it's an odd stage too. A lot of people like to stick to more traditional platform layouts. Looks like he's really thinking about Stadium 1. And there we go.
Here we go. The classic melee counterpick. We got the Pokeflow music.
Okay. Okay, I like Rat's tech chases more than Scythes. They seem more focused to me. Like, he has a goal of eventually comboing into a launcher. Like, he
Yeah.
got 75% off that, whereas
Ouch.
earlier we were seeing Scythes get, like,
I guess he
14.
messed up the air glide toss there.
Yeah.
Of course, an air glide toss is air dodging and then throwing an item, so you gain positioning while in the air. Helps recoveries, approaches, just about anything you want to do.
Yeah. Link was too eager with up smashes there. Even though
Ooh.
it makes sense, it's very, very telegraphed. Like, we just saw Rat just jump off the side of the platform. He said, I can see what you're doing. I'm just not going to fall for this.
Rat's being very good at being patient here.
That neutral air was just all around questionable. Like, it's not a great reward for Link. It doesn't really do anything for him. Could have gone a lot more. He could have just sat below the platform and up aired.
Usually in this transformation, players will try to weed it out, actually. Most people don't like playing on it. It's a fairly uninteractive transformation.
Yeah, people are also impatient. And
Yeah.
they like catching people off guard. Like, so you'll see fast fallers do a lot just because they can really quickly leave the hole. Whatever you want to call that, the little area in the center. We did see Rat eventually leave it.
Ooh, gets the forward air.
Ends up losing a
He was
stock.
behind by almost a full stock, and he brought it back pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
think
he uses the reflection lag to hit him.
I actually feel like Rat probably would have been best served to just go to the top of the mountain. That way he would have been as susceptible to the bombs.
Yeah. And Link isn't exactly great at getting up there. His double jump isn't very good. I think that was preemptive. That'll be.
Yeah.
I think he I don't know.
he was counting on Rat DIing that way.
I think he finished his combo a little too early. Down tilt forward, that forward smash.
Okay, so
Will Rat
takes-
lose to Wolf? Ooh. Doesn't get the ledge, but doesn't matter.
And this transformation saves him.
Boomerangs.
It's hard to punish.
If it hits a shield, then it goes. It is quote reflected, and then it goes back to Link. And when it's back in his hand, he can throw it again.
Yeah, Wolf can do Captain Falcon style punishes of that, where it's hard to punish out of shield, but you can't just jump over it in down air. Like a very chillin' style thing, really. We'll jump down air. I like the Shine Stall. They're just saying, I'm just gonna wait here until you do something. I like the whole sequence of decisions by Link there. He just did lots of well-spaced stuff that has good follow-ups.
Ooh, that was great.
Yeah, like that's a nice change of pace from what he was doing earlier. Like earlier, like throw out dash attacks, all these things that
I
didn't
feel
have
like
good
Rad
reward.
is DIing this air pretty incorrectly. I
Yeah.
guess he's trying to SDI out of it, but you need to DI like in front of Link because it's kind of like shoots forward tilt. Or if you DI in, you're basically right above him. But if you can just close it out.
Okay, just get off that platform. Yeah, I think that was a very telegraphed up smash. All the time Link's been trying to up smash, it's just been right below Rat. So Rat just techs away. So yeah, some really strange odd things happened that game. Mostly Link killing himself. So the Wolf prevails this time over the Link. I was told that we have Hyuga versus Voodoo-Jin coming up next, or at least that's what Hyuga told me.
I see Voodoo-Jin and Hyuga up there.
Seems plausible. Okay, so Hyuga, I think, plays Luigi in this game.
Yeah, he
which-
does.
okay.
I played him at Big House 3.
All right. So we're going to have a Project M Luigi player against a Melee Luigi player against Wario.
That could be bad for Hyuga, actually, because Voodoo-Jin would know just about every little hole in Luigi's play.
Yeah, I doubt Hyuga knows too much about...
Wario, he's a pretty unintuitive character, is how I would describe him. He's got a lot of
Yeah.
strange things, but
You need to understand his DI mix-up and how he moves.
sure.
If you don't, you're just going to get punished really hard.
His
and caught
neutral
off
game
guard
is
a lot.
pretty unique. It's kind of like Jigglypuff, but he doesn't really have the amount of jumps and like lingering moves
Yeah.
that Jigglypuff does to really apply air pressure.
He also has some bizarre options, like he can just side B to suddenly say, okay, I'm going to drift around, I'm suddenly just going to move in a straight line at you. Lots of odd things like that. And then there's the Bite, which has a ton of aerial mobility now.
Looks
And
like
air
we're
grab-
going to Fountain Dreams for the first game.
Okay. Kind of interested to see a Luigi pick.
Now this is losers finals of the pool because earlier the winners finals was Voodoo-Jin versus Dakpo. Dakpo prevailed.
Alright. Good punish. Like, we're already seeing Voodoo-Jin not fall for Luigi neutral air shenanigans. Like, a lot of Luigis just across Melee and Project M just love to descend with the neutral air. And if you don't expect it, you're probably going to get hit by it. But if you know how to work around, if you're aware of how Luigi's neutral air works, you can punish it pretty well. So far, Voodoo-Jin hasn't been falling for that sort of thing.
He uses the crouch.
Yeah, he went for a pretty heavy back air punish there. We just didn't have enough time to set it up. Probably should have just forward aired again. Even neutral air. Just shove Luigi off stage. Luigi's not good off stage.
Interesting air dodges by Voodoo-Jin.
Okay, so doesn't try to grab the edge. I was kind of expecting him to because it looked like Hyuga was going to try to sweet spot, but he actually just ended up barely going above the edge. Down air.
He gets the butt bounce.
Yeah, Shredden probably could have teched it, but didn't think to. Again, if you're not familiar with your Wario, you're probably not going to be thinking, I better ledge tech a down air here. You don't even need to charge an up smash there. An up smash right now would kill uncharged. They have nothing to
A
gain
lot
from
of things
charging
would
it.
kill uncharged.
Yes.
Wario, while his weight is pretty high, he falls pretty slowly, so he gets KO'd off the top pretty quickly.
Yeah, and that's why this seems like an odd. That's part of why this seems like an odd stage as a Luigi to strike to. It has a high ceiling, doesn't offer him all that much space to work around with. Makes sense from Wario's perspective to me. Like, he's going to be getting a lot of kills off the side, lots of edge guards anyway, so the ceiling doesn't matter as much for him.
I feel like Voodoojan's throw choices are kind of strange. He usually opts for the back throw, when usually down throw accomplishes the same thing. Or he can do a charge forward smash, forward throw. Waft?
He could do it right there.
He could have up aired him.
Yeah, could have done a lot of things.
Up air will kill Luigi pretty early.
Yep. Interesting side B to throw out at 0, but it worked.
Yeah, I think even if he doesn't crouch cancel, it's punishable.
I just don't like the risk versus reward on that decision at all. You could just go for an aerial, uncharged up smash even though uncharged up smash by Luigi is still scary. It hits hard, has
Ouch.
a hitbox that's pretty big.
Because of the way his head moves, he covers quite a big arc.
Like, for example, Eddie Mexico catches a lot of people off guard with that. He'll just do this really strange up smash, like he'll face backwards, run in, and just catch people out of short ups and things like that. Sheridan just goes for questionable. Sheridan being Hyuga. Hyuga goes for questionable up smashes, I find. Okay, so back to where we are right now. We've got Wario off stage. I like the forward tilt. Pretty safe option. Shoves people off stage.
The space to the shield grab wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Ooh, kills him off the top.
Okay. Crouch cancel down smash seems reasonable to me. He did get booted into the side.
Oh, he could have back aired him
Yeah,
there.
I kind of feel like there would have been a better option still, though. Like, I'm not sure what Hyuga is really going for there.
Light.
Like, you don't even need to guess. If you get Wario on a platform, you can just stand under it, crouch, see what Wario does, and then just aerial him.
Ooh,
Just
wow.
back arrow, down arrow, forward arrow.
You
Forward
used
arrow.
up the waft earlier.
Yeah.
Now, Wario has some of the worst rolls in the game, mostly because Samus's were actually improved. So it's pretty punishable to use the shield rolls.
Yeah. I'm just surprised Hyuga didn't opt to just back throw him there. It's at 140.
I don't know. I think
kind of
Luigi's are
borderline.
just used to down throw it.
Yeah. But, I mean, even with the eye away on down throw, then...
You don't get very many
Yeah, it just
follows.
puts Wario on the edge, whereas back throw at least puts you in more of a potential position to get an edge guard. Okay, so... If I were Sheridan, Fountain probably would have been one of the stages that I banned, actually, but Sheridan being Hyuga, I usually just call him Sheridan, that's what most people call him. But now I guess he doesn't even need to worry about that since Voodoo can't go back there in any case. I would be taking off... Let's see, if I were Voodoo, Stadium 2, which he already did, I would also take off Stadium 1, probably. I don't think I'd want either of those stages against Luigi. I just wouldn't want to give him that much horizontal space to work with, that much vertical kill potential.
Looks like we're going to Green Hill Zone for game 2.
Another counter pick I don't really understand on Luigi's part. Gets gimped, but...
Well, it looks like we have a 3-stock match.
All right.
The only difference being that Wario's waft is charged by about 10 seconds. I like that up air choice there. This tower spot up air is really good for comboing.
It looks like Hyuga just doesn't really understand how punishing Wario works. He's going for these things like this down throw forward smash that just fundamentally doesn't work.
I'm surprised that Voodoojan didn't go for the downer there.
Yeah. Let's see. If I were Hyuga, I'd probably be doing up throw more. It's a pretty solid throw.
It at least puts Wario above you.
Yeah. I like the forward air there. Just put Voodoo off stage. Okay, so not really sure what Voodoo was going for with the up air there. Maybe he thought he could get just the sweet spot up air and kill him straight up. I feel like there wasn't much need to go for something like that. He probably could have just forwarded Luigi. Luigi is a very simple character to edgeguard for the most part. As long as you understand when he has a misfire and when he has a down beat. Well, I guess he always does. Okay, so neutral air, not really much of a kill move, but it's 160%. What's it gonna do? Crouch cancel down smash felt desperate to me. Looks like Hyuga might just be fishing for kill moves now. Like, that up smash was such a big gamble. Took 38% damage for going for that.
He could have been hurt a lot more if Voodoo didn't got his punish. He's got his waft now, so he'll probably be looking to kill off the top like he did in the previous game. Ooh, he's getting quite
that's
breakdance.
That's the Luigi punish. Just jab combo, down smash. He just managed to keep it up with some tech chasing. That's really scary stuff. I kind of like the decision to go for the back air there, even though it didn't work. I think it was a reasonable option.
Yeah, the up air would have killed.
Shield this. So, yeah, Hyuga just decided to lay a back air there. I guess he realized Voodoo probably would shield, so doing the back air late then is very good. But still, didn't get much for it. Down throw, no tech.
Down smash?
Udijin's been mixing up his techs pretty well. Like a while ago, down throw he teched in place. Down throw to high percentage, he just double jumped out. That time, just no tech. Well, I guess Hyuga was able to react to it.
Raise the roof.
And yeah, again, what Udijin just did there really shows me that he just understands Luigi as he actually plays the character. He didn't get directly below Luigi because that's a scary position due to neutral air and down.
No.
He just instead said, okay, I'm just going to go off to the side of Luigi and try to back air him then, because Luigi doesn't cover that as well.
Up air, yep. Jab 2 to up air is pretty good.
Yeah. The ceiling is actually working in Sheridan's favor.
It's fairly average states, similar to Battlefield.
Yeah.
Ceiling, anyway.
I think he should have grabbed there. It seemed fairly,
got him.
It seemed fairly evident in that.
The rare cases of misfire working against you.
It happens. Yeah. I feel like that happens more in Project M than in Melee, just because in Melee you never really expect it. It's just set 1 out of 8 odds. It's not something you necessarily need to respect all that much. Because in Project M it's like, hey, I can actually control this. So you can understand when people are going to go for these.
And it's like 1 in 5 chance, right?
It's a good one in the first place, I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know these players' names.
All right, the next match is Cam versus Cash, and it's Pool 30 Losers Final.
Ooh. All right, Cam Cash. Don't know anything about either player. So let's see what they do character-wise.
They got to put in their tags.
Important stuff.
Or turn off or on Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble's interesting to me. Most people just hate having their controller wiggle around when they're doing stuff. I certainly do. Then you'll occasionally come across players like Axe, though, who like what it offers them. For example, Axe, when doing Space Animal matches, uses Rumble to tell who got the shine on who in clutch situations where both Space Animals are trying to shine each other. So it does have its odd advantages. Personally, I just don't like the controller.
The physical feedback can be a hindrance and a help.
Yeah.
I personally do not use Rumble. The Rumble is actually removed from my controller.
Yeah, not a fan of it either. I can play with it on, but whenever it's on, I just get constantly reminded, hey, I have Rumble on the whole set. I find it to be a nuisance. All right, we've got an Ike. Looks like Cash is thinking, doing the counter picking on game 1. And Fox.
Fox is a pretty good counter pick.
Yes.
Considering it loses to nothing.
The classic melee counter pick. I'm just going to pick the character with the best physics in the game and a bunch of amazing kill moves.
Bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
He's got some stuff.
Amazing dash downs, 3-frame jump squat, rises quickly, falls quickly. Pretty solid moveset on top of all of that. Formidable stuff. Okay, so Battlefield and Dreamland. If I were Ike, I think I personally would like Battlefield more. But
yeah, me
it's,
too.
it's kind of an odd call. Probably depends on how the
Ooh,
Fox
what?
plays. Like if
What
the
a
Fox
strange
is,
choice.
yeah. Okay, so Fox
It
is
seems like this Fox hasn't seen Ike very much.
Yeah.
Quick draw attack is a pretty good indicator of whether or not you played an Ike.
yeah.
Quick draw attack isn't very good against people that know what to do. You just crouch cancel it.
Yeah. Cast so far has just been going with the very, very standard Fox game plan, just run away double laser, run in neutral air. On one hand, it's a solid playstyle, but on the other hand, it's something that everybody in the world knows how to fight against.
Jab up smash, classic combo.
64 combos.
2001.
It's 1999. Well, jab up sense. Not the wave time part. Although I guess Fox can do something like that. But anyways, back to the match. I don't really like Cash's decision to go on the platform there. I still can just do stuff. He can just jump out of the quick draw. But
I feel like
fun.
Cam's neutral game is a little telegraphed. He doesn't
Yeah.
dash dance, he just charges quick draw.
yeah,
So he's
I mean-
I think quick draw has a an 8-second limit on charge time, and 8.1 I believe. And of course with dash dancing you never have to commit.
yeah.
You can quick draw at any time during it,
Yeah.
just by inputting a pivot or a B reverse actually.
If I were Fox and I saw an Ike doing a quick draw, you could just try to hit Ike out of it. It's not necessarily that difficult. If he's doing quick draw attack, then you could just crouch him, but as you mentioned,
It's also very shield grabbable.
yeah. Honestly, a lot of the time I would feel perfectly comfortable just going to the top platform if I see an Ike doing that. You want to charge side B? I'm just going to sit here. They're not going to get anything on me.
Ooh, very classic nair to up smash.
Another combo that's been around since 1999.
Oh,
That-
what a read!
That had no business working. Cash had no reason to pick
I'm
that
almost
angle.
offended that worked.
Okay, so Cash is taking his time on the edge. Maybe he's realizing, okay, I need to take a second to think. That's a Brawl player thing. Brawl players love to sit at the edge and take their time to think. So I don't know if that's Cash's background. I don't know anything about him, but
It's starting to become a melee player thing too.
yeah. You can probably thank Mewtwo King for that.
Hey, what works, works.
Yep. You can annoy people by the edge. Why not?
Fox with the ultimate pain sound.
Okay, I think that one was okay just because he did the second quick draw really quickly. It's kind of a strange, unexpected option. Whereas this, I don't like that. Fox can just hit you. Cash has no idea how to edge guard that. Like, a lot of the time you're going to use ledge invincibility. If not, you can occasionally find holes between the hits of the up B. Or you can just let him have the edge. It's not that bad. It's still a good position for you. Just let him grab the edge. Just occupy center stage. Surprisingly, that actually seemed like it might have been safe on shield.
Quick draw is not safe on the fully charged. A really charged one is. It has enough damage and pushback.
Forward air and oh, lives though.
Yep, that's a dead Ike.
Yeah, I think he overcommitted there. He probably could have edge guarded Fox on stage.
Fox can get a shine spike on Ike.
Yeah, I think Cam's doing the right thing by just saying, "Hey, I'm just gonna sit here. I don't want to." Okay, then he does the wrong thing and says, "I'm gonna go into your."
I haven't
down
seen
air."
Cam up throw a single time. Up throw is really good against fast
Yeah.
throwers.
Okay, so that was kind of clever. I would have expected Cam to just stay a little closer, but instead he went to the center of the stage. And the whole game plan there might have actually been to bait Cash to actually come on stage. He said, okay, let's go to the center of the stage. He'll probably come on. Then I'll just run off and dash attack. And actually caught him. So I don't know if that was premeditated or just kind of a, I'm going to go to the center of the stage and I'm going to dash attack. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. That was a good play. Okay, so Cash just needs to figure out how to actually fight against this character, I think. He's getting caught off guard by a lot of strange things that don't really have much business working against somebody who does understand how Ike would work. He could pick a different character. Marth is reasonable. You can Marth versus Ike, you can play that pretty simply. Like in response,
It has less of a learning curve than Fox versus Ike.
yeah. For example, if you don't really know how to deal with the quick draw stuff, you can down tilt. You can forward air maybe. Just on reaction, just go far away. Say, okay,
I don't know if
stuff over there.
Cash knows, but you can also pivot grab it pretty easily.
Okay, so if I were Ike banning against a Fox, I would just take off the stadiums. Okay,
We're
battle.
going to Battlefield.
Oh, right, he's Marth now. He already announced that he's going Marth. In that case, yeah, I think he's a fine counter pick for Marth. I think Marth's really good here. The platform height works really, really well for Marth. There's a lot of pretty free punishes. That neutral air, he had no real need to go so deep with the neutral air. I feel like Marth could do fine in this matchup by just dash dancing and throwing out some forward airs and down tilts, grabbing when he can. I don't feel like it's a matchup Marth needs to go for weird overshoot neutral airs. Spiked by the
Ouch.
neutral B. Boom.
I believe it's actually a meteor.
Okay. Down tilt. I like it. Okay. Still getting hit by the quick draw. He didn't even crouch cancel it when he was at 0. Good tech read. Okay, so Cash stalls out and attempted dodges the neutral B. He didn't dodge it, but he still dodged the meteor, which was good. They still end up losing the stock there. Cash, what does he need to do here? He could have forward aired that, I think. Just on reaction. Just in general, he just seems so intimidated by quick draw. It's not as threatening as he's treating it. He's giving the move too much respect. You could just stand in place and down tilt against that. You don't need to run around. You're going to say, okay, if you want to sit there and charge, I'm going to sit here and wait for you to stop charging. No need to run around. Just occupy your position and wait. And yeah. Don't need to go for that preemptive forward air, you just react. So yeah. I feel like Cash is just thoroughly confused by the character. And Cam's been getting some good beats here too. Like for example, the forward smash read a while ago was really big. Goes for the utmost again, but Marth's suicide, so it doesn't matter that he messed it up. Okay. So
And we'll have an icon bracket.
alright. Okay, we got Jay Caesar coming up.
Jay Caesar actually isn't in the tournament.
Oh, he's not?
He is not.
Alright then.
He.
I
decided
think
not
you're
to.
mistaken because he's in the pool. This is the winners finals of this pool.
Huh,
Okay.
Weird. Well then, I guess he replaced someone.
Okay. So, pretty consistently good performer with Rob. Generally speaking, he plays the character very solidly, I would say. He makes lots and lots of reasonable decisions. I think he suffers from tunnel vision a little bit. That is, you can catch him falling for the same thing over and over again throughout an individual game. But, okay, Toon Link. So this is a matchup that Jay Caesar actually has been getting some experience in. Jolteon's been staying in his area. They've been playing the matchup quite a bit. I think Jolteon's generally been beating him. But, okay, it's Smith.
Smith is from North Carolina, I believe.
Okay. I don't know if they have Steeners there. I think Steeners plays Rob a little bit. At least that's what his flair on Reddit leads me to believe. I think he also uses Charizard, so I'm not really sure. I would expect Smith to have some Rob experience, just because I do think that's a character Steeners uses. If not, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Steeners does just use Charizard, but anyways, I think Toon Link's I think in a lot of ways Toon Link is a pretty good character against Rob, because one of Rob's big strengths is he's good at occupying a space that a lot of characters aren't great at dealing with. He's great at just getting in the air and approaching at these weird angles. It's really a lot like Peach, just faster. And Toon Link isn't intimidated by that. Toon Link can throw a boomerang up. He can run away and throw a bomb in response to that. So like, Things like that, for example. Toon Link can just throw bombs at them, and then just get a punishment.
JC's is pretty good at using the gyro. Rob is a pretty unique character in that he is one of the few characters that can use an aerial while holding an item. Him and Peach, and I believe Mewtwo. Using his boost. Everyone else, when they use an aerial, they would just throw the item.
So side B has very little end lag. If you're not used to it, you're going to get caught off guard.
And on the ground, it
on the ground,
also
yes.
reflects projectiles starting on frame 3, I believe. Very quickly.
So you're going to see Jay Caesar usually uses that as a cross-up. Like if somebody's shielding, he'll use it to get on the other side of the shield. And generally speaking, you're not going to see that get punished a lot. Okay, so Jay Caesar's already in kind of a dangerous position. Rob can live a really long time in a lot of matchups, but Toon Link is a character who, just mostly via bomb down air setups, can thread and Rob at percentage is a lot lower than most characters can. But yeah, this stock is all JC though.
He's
gyro.
Ooh, that was a good hit out to Zaire to catch the gyro. Rob's a pretty awkward combo class. He's heavy, but he's also somewhat floaty. Similar to Samus, but not quite as extreme.
Yeah.
His limbs are also a little bit misleading. Like the outer half of his arms, you can't hit them. They don't have hurt boxes.
Yeah. And also on top of that, he has up B and side B to get out of juggles. So even if you steal his double jump, he still has a lot of very solid options for getting out of your punishes.
Similar to an anime fighter, Rob has an air dash. And the Robo booster, up B and side B, it actually increases the damage of his attacks, making them safer on shield and do more damage and knockback on hit. Ooh, ouch.
Okay.
JC is pretty good at using the dash cancel down tilt as for a tech chasing option.
Yeah. Just everything's been going JC's way. He wins in neutral, then just gets a long extended punishment that does a lot of damage and leads to a kill.
Playing pretty solidly,
Just,
that's true.
Yeah.
I think Smith doesn't really know how to DI against Rob as well.
Okay, so let's see. If I were Rob against the Toon Link, what would
Getting
I
hit by the
ban?
laser a lot can be pretty disorienting. Similar to being hit by
I'd
Falcon.
ban Fountain. Yeah. Yeah, you need to learn to get used to the laser. I don't know. Like, I feel like Jay Caesar does tend to throw out the laser at pretty standard times.
Yeah.
And generally speaking, it's still a good idea. A lot of time, even if the person expects it.
Yeah.
For example, when people are off stage, pretty much nothing to lose by throwing out a weak laser. On stage, people can just shield it, which still isn't really bad for Rob at all. Depletes the laser a little bit, but again, it doesn't really
Smith
take
hovering
too long.
over Fox.
Okay, I'm happy he stayed.
I think he would have gotten destroyed with Fox.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy he stayed. Granted, he did get destroyed with Toon Link, but I feel like just minor game plan adjustments. Just don't let Rob do stuff
Just
like that.
adapting to the matchup,
Yeah,
really.
I think the way
I feel like he'll do better.
the way he's approaching Rob, I find really questionable. He keeps approaching him close to the low to the ground and with an aerial or something, and then Jay Caesar will just crouch cancel and punish it. Maybe I'll just hit him directly. I feel like that's not how Toon Link should be playing.
Both
this
of them at
matchup.
69%.
Yeah, I feel like Toon Link should be doing more of a Young Link play style
Ouch.
matchup. And I think, yeah, Toon Link should be more of a Young Link thing. Sit away, pull bombs, throw boomerangs, and then instead say, hey, I'm going to try to make you approach me instead. And then I'm going to try to hit you with a bomb, and that could have been a down air, but neutral air's fine, I guess. Still would have liked a down air more, though. He actually probably could have up aired Rob there.
I think down air would have been stronger. Ooh, the knockback
Knock the
stacking on the
second.
boomerang.
Then those 10 frames of the first hit. And knockback of the second move will replace the knockback of the first move completely. Could have up smashed there. Granted, Jay Caesar could have still.
Probably would have just stacked it.
Yeah. Still not really. Still, all things considered, fairly good for Toon Link just because.
Was that a B
things like
reverse?
I think so. Okay.
Interesting up B. Toon Link's up B, one of his greatest horizontal finishers, over there with forward smash and forward air. That was a pretty good up smash. Was it a Dacus or just a standard one?
I couldn't tell.
Alright.
Okay, so yeah, Jay Caesar has been really aggressive and Smith just isn't handling it well. Now JC is just going to sit back a little bit, but
He's got a lead now, so he can just kind of bait Smith
can.
into approaching.
I feel like he still ought to probably more often than not be the guy initiating confrontations, though, just because to me, if I were Toon Link, I wouldn't be too afraid of Rob's projectiles. I mean, they're good, but I feel like the distance still would benefit Toon Link more than Rob. Like, I don't think Rob has anything that's as scary to Toon Link as Toon Link's bomb is scary to Rob. I worded that badly, but...
And even when you're behind, like, you have to approach, but you don't have to approach now.
Yeah.
You can still wait until you got a favorable position.
Yeah, people do like to, a lot of the time, say, okay, you're behind, you've got to go in, but we use a pretty long timer in this game. The timer threat really rarely is much of a factor. I mean, it means that, yes, you can't just sit on the edge for 8 minutes because you'll lose, but you can wait there quite a while. There's very little pressure. Like, it wouldn't be timer-induced pressure in my mind. It would just be, I think,
more psychological.
Yeah, and also just probably better for Toon Link to play the long-distance game, so might as well go in.
Just optimal play in general.
Crouch cancels the boomerang.
Ouch. With the laser eyes from the robot. The NES special.
So Smith, something you could do in response to that I haven't seen him do is just full jump bomb. Like, he just keeps doing bombs on the ground or near the ground a lot. You could just jump up, rising bomb, and then combo that into something. It certainly works.
That was an up B there. Smith's doing a lot better this match. I feel like he's adjusted to Rob quite a bit.
Yeah. Still not getting those kills, though. Generally speaking, I keep seeing him doing these neutral airs in positions where he has an up air or a down air or an up B. This is an up B. Okay, good, he did do it.
An up air probably would have been safer.
Yeah. Either one would be fine, though.
Yeah.
I feel like there wasn't much risk associated with that. I don't really like that he went in with the neutral air at such a low percentage, but Jay Caesar wasn't in a position to smash the eye into the ground.
Yeah, it doesn't... Well, Jay Caesar isn't really at CCing percent anymore.
Yeah. Well, when the neutral air happened, it was like 20.
Yeah.
And I don't really like that Jay Caesar suddenly just put himself by the edge. Like, if Smith just hit him with a back air, that all of a sudden would have been kind of scary for Rob. Jay Caesar's just over a lot of approaches on the ground, but he gets away with it.
Up smash actually has 2 hits. It has a hit that goes into the second one.
Yeah, there's the ground hitbox that combos into the actual strong edge.
I mean, you can SDI out of it.
Yeah.
And I guess at lower percent you can crouch cancel shield it.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of hit lag though, so if you're caught off guard by it, you're probably not going to smash the A8 unless you're already randomly holding the right direction to ASD on.
It's like we got Nick Riddle versus K9?
Yeah, so I hear Nick Riddle plays Link and is very good with the character from what I'm told, but he has very few videos.
This is loser's final as far as I'm aware because K9 lost to Atomisk.
Oh. I saw Atomisk using Roy. Has he
used Mario game 1 and then Roy game 2.
Okay.
And beat K9 Meta Knight both games.
Alright. So K9 follows the habit of a lot of high-level role players of using Meta Knight in this game. And he does...
He's a pretty fundamental character.
Yeah.
He's fast, he's got a sword.
Yeah, kind of analogous to Fox in a lot of ways. This has lots of good attributes.
More like Marth, in my opinion, but...
Yeah. And on top of that, he has a lot of odd attributes, too.
Looks like both of these people using costumes with the red eyes.
Oh, they're button checking really quick.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes referred to as hand warmers.
Yeah. And granted, in Project M, the name of the button check isn't a terrible misnomer like it is in Melee.
Yeah, because there's custom controls.
Yes.
I usually button check for more important matches.
Just to make sure you have foot still on and everything.
Yeah, and then my C-stick works. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I've noticed that a few times today. I've been in or observed a total of 3 matches in which one player's C-stick wasn't working properly.
It's a sad time.
Yeah.
I would think Meta Knight would have a tough time with Link. He can't clank the boomerang.
Yeah, and his weight and falling speed kind of are very scary.
Pretty bad. He
Yeah.
gets chain grabbed pretty bad too.
Pretty long time. I would assume to death.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if Nick Riddle is aware of that though.
we'll see. Yeah, I know very little about Nick Riddle in general, so
He's a pretty solid zero-seat Samus in Brawl.
yeah, I know that about him.
He mostly pioneered near the character with Snakey.
Yeah, I'm aware of his
Afterwards.
Brawl accomplishments. Just Project M is not something I've seen much of him in.
No, tell them they're not gonna get. What's up? Did you change the name or something?
Yeah.
Looks like Kanan has his sponsor in his name.
Oh,
There you go.
ADC. I don't know who ADC is.
WIR is a
K9. All right, okay, I guess I can't figure out who it is then.
huh?
I was gonna ask him what it meant, but
What?
AGC
Oh, huh.
and WIR.
Well, yeah, we can't explain that one.
Apologies to his sponsors. We don't know who you are. Okay, so match is underway. Nick doing lots of very standard Link stuff. Like, actually the first thing I noticed is that it's kind of a melee Link style. We just saw him go for those full jump neutral airs a lot. It's a very, very melee style Link thing to do. Right now he's just saying, I'm just gonna sit back, you don't have projectiles.
It's odd that Kanan goes for the back throw there.
Yeah.
He can usually just continue to tech chase with down throw.
Yeah, something SoCom named Ribbon does a lot is just down throw to instant down B, and he catches people before they
Can hit
land.
the forehand.
Yeah, something
It's usually
something
better at the ledge.
Yeah, something really scary that Infinity does, so Meta Knight protects this, is he'll do a down throw you, he'll down B at you. If you tech in place or don't tech, he'll do instant down B. If you tech to one of the sides, he'll just wait and do a strong hit in that direction. So
Yeah, because you can decide afterward.
yeah, so Sethlon told me actually against Meta Knights that do that, he'll just DI in on the down throw and take a combo instead of taking a down B.
Ouch. That was
the
not a
backhand.
good bomb pull.
Yeah, something you gotta be wary of. Like, if you pull a bomb when you're kind of far, sure, it's totally safe, but a lot of these characters, especially Meta Knight, can just go out there and kill you for trying things
He's
like
got
that.
4 jumps in the air.
Yeah, and he's fast too.
Kanan likes using that down air. He was comboing
Yeah.
Adamisk earlier. He just did down air, down air.
Yeah, it's...
It's pretty SDI-able.
Yeah, I personally find it kind of questionable to throw it at a neutral like that, just because it is a punishable move. Like, a lot of characters have something disjointed that'll beat it, like Link.
Generally pivot grab.
Yeah. And even just, you can get under it and throw out a disjointed area, like Link
Yeah,
could
he
very
does have a
easily-
sword.
Yeah. You could up air it. You can even up tilt it. I bet if you up tilt it, you get a really good punishment on that. You just get a lot of up tilts until he DIs away, then you can probably get a grab off that.
I'm sure it's mostly matchup unfamiliarity, because while he knows the character in Brawl, down air is obviously a new addition
Yeah.
to Project M Meta Knight, and I don't know if they have Meta Knights down in Florida where Nick Riddle plays.
Plups Meta Knight is good, but I don't know if he plays Nick
I don't
Riddle
know
a
if
lot.
they're in the same area. Of
Yeah, Florida's very spread out.
Yeah.
Although I hear that it's mostly centered in Orlando nowadays. That back throw made 0 sense to
Yeah,
me. It gave-
seriously.
It put Nick Riddle back in center of the stage, did very little damage, and didn't really do anything.
Actually, back throw might do more than down throw damage.
Even so, I would still just rather down throw him off stage.
Agreed.
Because
Here we go.
the juggles. Okay, so down airs like that. I feel like, yeah, just smash DI to the side probably.
Kanan going a little too hard there for his combo.
Yeah, I bet he could get out of that before he even hits the ground and gets hit by the part of the downer that sends up.
If he just SDIs up, then
Oh,
pretty
just up,
simple.
yeah.
Because Meta Knight's going down pretty quickly.
That's good.
That's usually how you do aerial multi-hits.
Yeah. So let's See how long it takes Nick to figure these things out.
Looks like we've got Nick Riddle's brought it back with the K9 assist. Ooh.
Okay.
Yep, not a safe bomb pull.
Yeah, like, you just always need to be wary of Meta Knight. Like, sometimes I'll even just throw out an aerial when recovering and anticipation.
Grab release?
That, but
Oh.
yeah. I don't know. If I were Link, I'd probably just recover low.
Or just Zero Tether.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, not sure about that decision there.
Generally suicide is not an optimal pick. Downers between the up smashes.
Committing Sudoku.
Yeah, like, I feel like by now Nick should be expecting those downers because, like, not only just smash down out of them combos, but the ones in neutral. Like, he could just say, okay, you're above me. Like, if he just throws out an up air, that would hurt Meta Knight so hard because he would just get more up airs off of it. And at the end of that, he could just shove Meta Knight off stage. Okay, this could be big.
Oh. And that's game.
So yeah, I initially found the neutral air questionable, but I guess he said, okay, you're going to DI in, I'm going to combo this into a forward air. So, good play. Yeah, Meta Knight's weight does not...
I would also want to run it back after that match. I don't think you'll be able to abuse down air as much in this match. Ouch.
Oh.
Recover a little too low there.
So, yeah, K9 has no excuse for running into that up B, and no reason to do that. I mean, I'm sure he thought it was over, but still. He has a lot of man lag. You can afford to play safe.
I feel like K9 is using the Nair a bit too much to finish his combos off stage because it has too much in lag to really continue. He can just go for an up air or like even a down B and then grab the ledge afterward. Ooh. He's really reading his landings pretty well.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So
Even if he had survived, he wouldn't have had any jumps. He
Yeah.
would have had to commit to up B or neutral B.
Yeah. I do like the idea behind the down B to recover, but Nick apparently saw it coming, interestingly enough. I'm not sure why he decided to throw an attack there, but it worked. Gets the boomerang to intercept the back air. So Nick is learning some little things. Like, he didn't just get back aired off stage like he has a bunch of times in the past in this set.
That bomb.
Okay, that worked out.
Yep. I don't think we'll see K9's Nest.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I think he mostly uses Meta Knight nowadays. And I think he gets better results with it too. Like, I think I'm at least under the impression that he generally beats Jesus. If that's wrong, apologies. But yeah, and he always used to lose to him with Ness.
Ooh.
Side B, pretty good comboing tool. In spite of how much of an issue it was in Brawl, it actually works pretty well in this game. Okay, so that was very questionable by Nick Riddle, but K9 is punished. Again, just no excuse for just shoving Nick back to the center of the stage. He could just back from him.
Or just a fourth match. Fourth match would have sent him pretty low
Yeah.
off stage.
Or just even just roll behind him and just down smash him off to the side he's supposed to. There are a lot of things he could have done there. Okay, so Nick's not doing the chain grabs, but he's still getting good punishes. He's doing neutral air to some other aerial, generally forward air. In that case, he tried that B. Still gets a good position.
Sour
advantage,
spot
does
and
good
still gets the
damage.
glide attack.
Okay, so K9's not going to down air because of the way he's facing. Something you'll see some Midnights do is just down air totally opposite the opponent just because they know it'll get him to the ground. K9 seems like he almost exclusively uses it aggressively to me. Like, if you see K9 in the air, and if it looks like he's going to be able to hit you with an angle down air, he's probably going to try to down air. It seems like he doesn't really mix it up too much. Okay.
Nick Riddle going Bowser.
Don't know too much about this matchup. Can Meta Knight chain grab Bowser?
No.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's going on.
You can do that to some characters. maybe he's rethinking the counter pick.
Maybe he needs different controls to up B out of shield
Oh.
or something. Maybe he has tap jump
That
off
makes sense.
normally.
Yeah. Still would be a little odd to me because if you're Link, you're probably going to want to be able to do that anyways.
Huh.
I guess he just
Didn't want to use Bowser.
wants to think more about it. So yeah, I don't know a lot about the Bowser Meta Knight matchup. I could, I feel like I could just be Meta Knight
Probably
grabbing Bowser.
even-ish.
Yeah, Bowser would kill fast. Could get some good reason, but then Meta Knight could just run around and grab him a lot. I feel like that'd be hard for Bowser to deal with.
He actually has pretty good tech rolls. And of course, up B is a fantastic wake up option.
Yep,
Invincible frame 1 through hit.
pretty good. Okay.
Is that Tyrant talking to K9?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tyrant's giving him some advice.
The reverse was true earlier when Tyrant was playing Dazwa.
How did that go?
Tyrant won.
Okay. Meta Knight, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since,
Dazwa went north.
yeah, ever since Tyrant picked up Meta Knight, he's been getting much better results. Like, he used to just lose to a bunch of random people with Marth. Then he picked up Meta Knight, then he... Like, I already mentioned this in IRC a while ago, but he beat Espat, he beat Lucky. They don't really play the game, they don't know much about it, but then he also beat Okami. He gave me kind of a hard time until I realized I could just crowd cancel his approach.
Looks like he's going with his original counter pick here.
Okay, we are sticking with this.
Yep.
There's
Up
the
B.
B. Yeah.
I feel like K9 could have punished that with down air.
Yeah. Or a lot of things. I already mentioned the whole down B tech chase thing you can do, which is really scary, but I suspect K9's not aware of it.
Ooh. That's similar to like a Dragon Punch
Yeah.
in Street Fighter. If you trade, it's actually better in some cases.
So another thing about Bowser that's good is that, aside from grabs, Meta Knight doesn't handle crouch canceling too well. Like, for example, I play a heavy character and SoCal's Meta Knights hate me because I crouch canceled everything, but it's something I think Meta Knight has some issues with. Granted, Meta Knight does have, of course, the amazing grab game, but he's gonna need to get something off of a down tech chase. Or just throw Bowser off stage, which is totally fine too. I think he should have went for something harder there, like a down smash or a forward smash.
Ouch. Gets the fist.
Yeah, I think forward smash would have been the best punish for that. Definitely not grab. Like, grab's utility is that it's good in neutral, it beats armor, and just Bowser doesn't have all that many things that'll really stuff it aside from on B. As a punish, though, grab isn't the greatest thing you've got.
Here we go.
I like the forward tilt there. The way he spaced the forward tilt was that even if Bowser did get an up B off, he wouldn't have gotten punished for doing that. Not a hard punish, but a safe punish. He could have down smashed too, probably.
The down B wasn't necessary there. Of course, Bowser can jump cancel his down B if he uses it from the ground. It gives
might be
him
it.
better ground to air combo ability.
Oh, he's doing this again. Nick Riddle's not SDI in it. Okay. So Nick really needs to think about what's going on there. Because, I mean, even if you don't know now that you can smash the eye out of it, you should be thinking, what can I do about this? I'm taking a ton of damage from this. I really wanted to put some sort of mental energy to figuring out what I could possibly do
Got him.
about it.
Oh.
So yeah.
It's pretty awkward to be shielding next to a Bowser that is also shielding. Because
Yeah.
as soon as you do something, it's always every time you're going to do something. Wait, he finally up Bs. Yeah, of course,
Okay.
he lost his jumps because he started at side B.
Don't really understand the full jump neutral air there. Bowser's not a character who will just go airborne for no reason a lot. In some matchups, you'll see
Oh,
Bowser like to
goodness.
just jump around, but I don't think this is one of them. Side B, another Bowser classic. Bowser players love landing with their aerial command.
The landing with a command grab
Yeah.
in general is pretty popular.
Yep.
They're playing
Okay.
forever.
Shoutouts to Fox.
Ooh. Even if that had hit, maybe he would have armored.
Yeah.
Meta Knight's pretty short. I guess he dodged it barely.
K9 keeps getting Nick Riddle in a scary offstage position and just not capitalizing on it in the end. Like, after all those neutral airs, Nick lived. After just shoving him off the left side, Nick still lived. Up B?
Oh, he got the sour spot on shuttle loop. I saw the side beat start.
I would land on the platform and forward smash. Because that's already definitely what he's going to try to do. Go for the platform.
Looks like we got a pretty tight match. This is game 3.
Yep.
Last stock. Now you got the balloon too. That's extra points.
Okay, so up air chains are really scary if you're a big character. I feel like you need to smash the eye hard to the side if you want to get out of it.
They can be scary, but at the same time, it does 6 damage. So
Yeah, it still
even if he
lasts a
gets a
while,
ton of them,
It builds up over time, though. Like, a lot of that was just up airs, and now he's at 77. Okay. Air dodge, please. Okay. Good easy.
oh, if we see a shield break, that would be awful.
That'd be dead.
That should be it. Yep. K9
Okay.
advances in the bracket.
Good set.
I guess it's technically referred to as round 2 pools, but it's basically just
It's kind of
top
like a bracket
32.
that they just shift around after
yeah.
certain margins. See a Boo shirt.
Is K9 wearing a tyrant shirt? That's amazing.
All right, guys. So I
Yes.
believe this is the last match coming up. It's Fishit, and he's up against Smith, who we saw earlier.
Okay.
Okay, so Fisher, very
Fix-It
good melee
is-
Donkey Kong
Yeah,
player. but-
he's from New York, and he uses DK and Bowser in this game. And Smith, we saw earlier, he's the Toon Link from North Carolina. Bowser.
All right.
Koopa.
Yeah, I don't really know which character I would pick.
Bowser,
against Toon Link.
classic banning or striking FD.
Yeah. I think I would actually like Donkey Kong more than Bowser against Toon Link. Just because he can move faster on the ground. I feel like that would help a lot.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Okay, so Fishit's choosing between Dreamland and Fountain. Against Toon Link, as Bowser, I'd probably go Fountain. Or Dreamland. Okay, so that's what we'll have. Should being pretty aggressive right off the get-go. Makes sense because he's probably thinking, okay, Toon Link's gonna run away a lot. I just want to.
He wants to get the lead early.
Yeah. Yeah, like Bowser doesn't have a lot to gain by sitting back against Toon Link. Like the only real advantage is just not being too telegraphed with your approaches. Sort of. Yeah, up the off a platform can be hard to find sometimes.
I think that's a dead Bowser. Yep.
Yep. Questionable place to pull a bomb. I probably would have done it. I would have done it while he was just respawning.
We've seen a lot of unsafe bomb pulls today.
Yep. Smith really likes these neutral airs, but he could punish so much harder. Granted, it is working out for him, but I still feel like he has better options. So yeah, Fisher needs a way. Fisher just needs to find a way to deal with bombs above levels. I feel like bombs again are being a big factor here. Seems like something that Bowser would have a lot of hard time with, just because he's big and not terribly fast. Toon Link could have upbeat there. And that's something that SoCal's resident Toon Link main does a lot. Arrow, he likes upbeat just as a tech chase, as an out of
Fisher using the Koopa Claw. when Smith was shielding on the platform. Gets him off stage. A waveland down smash. Not very common.
Definitely not standard Bowser fare.
Normally just Koopa Claw.
He might have been. He was probably just thinking I could probably shield poke with this. Something of that nature, maybe. Yeah, you really need to watch out for Bowser's neutral air when he's above you. Like, against so many characters, that's just such a great position to be in, but Bowser just need to respect the neutral air.
Yeah, it, unlike Luigi's, it also has armor.
The bomb there was, I think, questionable. I would have just waited and
No forward air?
Yeah, there wasn't much incentive to grab the edge there. It was pretty clear from the angle that Fisher was approaching that he wasn't going to be trying
what
to
an
get
air
the
dodge.
edge. Okay, tries to neutral air through the bomb
You
explosion.
can't exactly armor through multi-hits very well because they linger.
He could have grabbed there, but I guess Smith would just rather go for something else. I don't know. I don't feel like that was a good idea to
I haven't
neutral
seen
air
Smith
though.
grab very much. Not this game.
Yeah. It's kind of odd. Tink has a really good grab game.
And Bowser does sit and shield quite a bit. And he's pretty big. Ooh. Fisher can bring this back with a few clean hits, but... Ooh. That was strange.
So Smith really must hate shielding because that was the most clear-cut shield grab opening I've seen in probably my time commentating this so far. Don't bomb that though. He could have just done a forward smash or an up smash.
He might just be nervous.
Maybe. Yeah, there's no need to go for that.
There you
okay,
go.
Good forward smash. Okay. So I think a lot of that was a questionable stage pick. I don't really understand why Bowser would want such a huge stage against Toon Link. Fountain seemed a lot more reasonable to me of the two that were left at the end. So, okay, so we already see right off the bat Smith banning Yoshi's.
Yoshi's Story is a pretty common ban against Bowser.
Yeah, WarioWare too.
Yeah,
That's the
you
next
want to
thing
get
I
rid of
would
the
guess.
smaller ones. Yeah, Battlefield. Bowser likes to have the ledge near him. Of course, this gives Toon Link a top platform to camp with.
We see the grab. Yeah,
Interesting forward tilt there.
Bowser is able to threaten the top platform pretty effectively though, both due to the down
Especially
B.
with Claw, too.
Yeah, Claw, also down B jump cancel stuff. You can just get up there really quickly. And then even just stuff like up air from below. It's really scary,
There
you
you
can poke.
Interesting Claw. Ooh.
DI's in on that.
I don't know about the up tilt there.
Yeah, I could have just forward aired.
I don't think Fisher knows, but if you press B during the claw throw, either forward or back, it actually speeds up the animation, making it more difficult to react to in DI.
I like the down smash there. I don't know if he was necessarily expecting a spot dodge, but I guess he just figured
He was
he'd do
definitely
something.
waiting for something.
Yeah.
Oh, these claws. It's perfectly placed. Ouch.
Trying to reach really far with that dash attack. Sometimes things like that will work. Smith sticking to platforms, pulling bombs, but the ban is
I've never seen that one. I don't know Aero combo. Huh.
Okay, so that whole combo stream was really scary to me just because it felt like Bowser probably could have neutral aired out at a few times. They still managed to get it all to link together. I feel like Smith should have been able to react to that air dodge.
He's really putting a minefield out there for Bowser to deal with.
Yeah.
Great up B.
Yeah, so that's kind of why I'm surprised Fish decided to stay Bowser if he has a Donkey Kong. Just horizontal mobility on the ground helps so much against dealing with that sort of thing. I mean, you're still a big target. You still get punished hard, but you can at least approach more reasonably, I think.
Well, DK also gets chain grabbed way harder than Bowser. But, I mean, Smith hasn't exactly been chain grabbing.
Yeah, he's done one grab so far that I remember. And did just a little combo off of
He's
it.
not getting his aerial glide tosses. I guess he throws items with the A button.
Should be a down air. Oh, that works too. Well, it doesn't work as well, but puts Bowser off stage still. I'm happy that he at least went for an aerial instead of just going for a bomb pool. Okay, good call. Should be... It's... Okay, Bowser
I think he
was
should have
not...
just forwarded there.
Yeah, Bowser was not going to be in a space that the up B would have hit there. And he was at around 150, I believe, at the time. Forward likely would have killed, especially since Bowser was off stage. Misses that. Can't
I haven't
afford to
seen
miss
a
those.
single air glide toss while he's recovering. I've seen it on stage, but not recovering.
Okay. Smith's counter pick. So the first thing I would think, what would function kind of like Dreamlanded? Something with a lot of space to work with.
There's like Skyworld.
Okay. They should wisely bans that.
He banned Skyloft, not Skyworld.
Oh, bluff. I'm spacing out.
Those
Okay.
darn sky stages.
So, it is.
They're both not on the ground. Perhaps Yoshi's Island Brawl.
That makes sense to me. That Lilat or Stadium 1, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stadium 1.
That's what we see.
Ouch.
Fisher with that quick wave landing forward air. Yeah, that's something that does in general catches people off guard a lot. They won't expect you to just quickly reposition yourself with a wave land off a platform to do an aerial. You could have just totally on reaction just up air through the platform there. I guess he wanted something a little meatier, but didn't get it.
That was a good bomb pull in my opinion.
If he did an aerial glide toss on the bomb, he could have comboed off of that.
Yeah, if he had gotten some more height.
Good forward smash.
Especially with the wave dash back. He could have also pivoted.
I don't like these neutralizers at low percentage.
Especially not. He could have just out smashed or grabbed.
Yeah, they're just risky and low reward.
As far as I know, unlike Link's, I think Toon Link can grab in the air with his grab. Don't quote me on that, though. It might be on his hand as well, just like Link. Grab opponents that are aerial, I mean. Smith's taking a pretty big lead here.
Again, probably could have comboed off that bomb, but for whatever reason just didn't. I feel like Smith there are a lot of situations where he has a clear option that would work pretty well and he just doesn't go for it. I'm not sure if that's just an experience.
Oh, no up there?
I guess he's afraid to aerial glide toss now after messing it up a couple times last game. Still, he probably should have tried because, I mean, the B wasn't going to reach. All these neutral airs. Yeah, Smith's combo game just generally seems kind of questionable to me. He just isolated neutral airs.
Well, he's still doing pretty well.
Yeah. And I guess I can't knock him in the sense that it's working for him, but I feel like there are better things that he could be doing.
Gets the chomp.
Spot dodge is the command grab. That's a good read. I guess he realized, okay, Bowser's luck
smash.
doing this. So yeah, that was smart spot dodge. Up air's too late. Probably hit Bowser through the wall with that bomb. If If I were Bowser here, I'd be afraid of getting hit with a bomb through the wall.
Link could just poke with forward tilt. Through the...
That too.
Yeah.
Oh!
He uses the
Slide
shield
out the
pushback.
platform.
Bowser getting hit by a lot of stuff.
Yeah, don't really like the up B off that platform. I did mention a while ago sometimes it can be hard to punish, but if you're just going to end right next to the opponent in neutral, that's not a very favorable outlook for you.
Nice!
Okay.
Gets the jump slash F smash.
So I think that's the second Toon Link we have in brackets.
What do you mean? Who was the first?
Jolteon?
He didn't make bracket.
Oh, he didn't?
He lost
Wow.
to Pitzer and losers. And Disco and winners.
Oh, that's surprising.
Alright.
All right, gentlemen, feel free to go chill out and have fun. We are all done with Project M for tonight.
If you like Project M, check out Project M at projectmgame.com. Of course, this is Apex 2014 brought to you by PlayAsia.com.
I get to relax my voice a little bit. I've been screaming a lot today. You probably noticed my voice was cracking. Yeah, half of it was just screaming for people to show up in pools. The other was just screaming because a match was going on and I wanted to cheer for somebody.
Alright, well,
So-
I think Project M will be back tomorrow, but on Clash in the morning.
Okay. So yeah, can't wait for food, water, and sleep.
By the way, VG Bootcamp, just so that you guys and also the stream knows, they're doing the Salty Suite. They started already. They're doing Melee right now. It sounds like it's really exciting. So if you're looking for more Smash to check out, you should go to VG Bootcamp right now.
Yeah, we got a lot of cool matches lined up there. And for example, they have a $1,000 money match between Tathakins and Tion.
It was just so funny how that started. Just a Facebook thread.
Butterfly effect, I guess. Random minuscule event in Facebook leads to $1,000 on the line in a Sheik Ditto.
All right, gents, I'm closing the show. Thanks again.
Okay, peace out.
See you guys tomorrow.
Yep. All right. Once again, guys, this is Spooky. Thanks very much for tuning in to Apex Day number 1, where we had Super Smash Brothers all day today. Unfortunately, we could not have the Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 tournament. Apologies about that one. That's for the 3v3. Of course, the regular singles tournament will start tomorrow on that one. So again, guys, don't forget to go check out VG Bootcamp. Big shout out to all the sponsors we had tonight. Of course, shouts to Play Asia, Megabus, Smashboards, Elgato, Fracture, CEO, of course, and thanks as well to all the partners. I'm gonna set you all guys free. Tomorrow morning, I believe we start at 9 a.m. and here on the Team Spooky feed, it'll be Smash 64. So make sure to check it out. Good night, everyone.